What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for tuning to another episode of What a Dud. I'm alongside CJ Popey, because that definitely doesn't say Poppy. And I'm alongside our very, very, very lovely woman on the show, Gabby. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, I'm lovely. Just lovely.
You know what? I am as lovely. I can't be as lovely as Gabby, but I'm just a tier below her because obviously she is our queen.
Our queen, you are her king. I feel the vibes. I feel it. I'm trying to manifest it for
I don't
you.
want to. I'm not going to just assume that position because the queen don't need no man. I'm just here to be the pedestal to lift her up. The footstool.
Understood. Hope you guys out there listening are doing really, really well. Whatever time you're listening to it, morning, afternoon, the evening. Thank you for tuning into another episode of What I Did, like I said earlier. But guys, you know how the show goes. CJ, I got a question for you, and Gabby, I have a question for you separately, obviously. But CJ, your dud or dandy question is: Crocs, dud or dandy?
Oh boy. So I'm the person in my family that likes to go left when everyone else goes right. And what I mean by that is everybody in my family wearing Crocs, I don't fucks with them. I do not fucks with Crocs. My mom just got a new pair and she loves them. She got her first pair. And now she got little decorating things on the Croc holes or whatever. Disgusting. Straight dud. Don't mess with them. But to each their own, I guess.
Nah, fuck that. I hate Crocs. If I see somebody wearing them, all the rude things go through my mind when I see someone wearing Crocs. So I am totally against Crocs. Gabby, your dud or dandy question is going to be getting your nails done all the time. Is that a dud or a dandy? I feel like that's just not
specify
fun.
all the time.
Yeah, what do you mean by all the time?
I feel like most women have like a schedule, like every 2 weeks or every 3. I feel like every week. You know, I feel like that's not fun, but it could be because I don't do that. But is that a dud or a dandy?
That's a toughie because I hate getting my nails done. Like sitting there, I hate it. Absolutely hate it. I hate it. It's because it's like just an hour of my life that's wasted. But it's not relaxing to me. I hate it. But the end result is always so exciting. So
Oh my goodness.
it's like half and half.
There's no trust the process with Gabby. She says she just wants to get it over with and just get the final product. There's no
Judge
trust
Judy.
the
I'm like,
process.
come on.
Jeez. Speaking of Judge Judy, actually, she is on this long run of her TV show, and I'm just trying to figure out how has no one put a hit out on her? Because she says some rude things to a lot of people, and I'm just very surprised. I guess so. She be saying some wild stuff to people, and I just don't get it. I do
But most
not
of the
get
time,
it.
she's right. So
Nah, sometimes she only let people talk. I just be like, bruh, you asked the man the question. The man said, and she just goes in. It's not an answer.
She ain't got time. She ain't got time.
It was like, she's what? That's why she be doing the show for so long.
I watched this one episode, and she was like, what she said? She said, how old are you? He was like, I'm 21. Oh, actually, no, I'm 22. My birthday was 2 days ago. She was like, you don't even know your own age? I said, golly, lady, golly.
I get it. I hate it when people take too long. I'm like, give me the answer. Come on, let's go. I ain't got time. A long story. Yeah, come on. Hey, can I ask you something? Come on, let's do it. Get it. I hate it. I hate it when people take too long to answer. It drives me nuts.
Jeez.
Well, Gabby, can I tell you something?
Come on, let's get it. What is
Well, did you know that Judge
this
Judy's
is my worst nightmare.
net worth
and now he's frozen. No.
Is $460 million.
She's worth that, you said?
That's her net worth. Because
Nice.
she just sold her back catalog for the Judge Judy show like last year, I want to say. And now she has a new show on Freevee.
Yeah, I was about to say she has a new one, doesn't she?
Yeah. So she makes the bang. She's the goat of television judges.
Listen, goals.
She definitely is. Judge Joe Mathis too. Hey,
Hey,
That's
Oh, I
Judge
right.
Mathis,
forgot about him.
hey, he be
you know,
wilding, bro.
like can we talk about how like mindless, like how you think that these like judge shows are really dumb, but then it's like you find yourself 3 hours in just watching all these court cases like back to back to back to back, and it's like it's just kind of interesting. Like, why am I watching this? I don't understand
It
why I'm watching it.
it makes me think of Parks and Rec though when like what's his name? Purd Hapley.
Heard.
It's like a Judge Purd, and then at the bottom it's like not a real judge. Like they have to specify that he's
Oh
not a real
man.
judge.
That's funny.
So CJ,
What's up?
what's the biggest thing? Like, what drew you to film? You know, because I want to know, like, because we all love film, all three of us do. So I want to, like, see if we all maybe you fell in love with the same thing, or like, what was it? What film did you watch? I was just like, yep, doing
So
it.
what drew me to film? That's a
First of all, what you eating and you ain't sharing with the class? That's the first problem. What are you eating and you're not sharing with the class? You need a bigger bag, and all of us can't.
Ooh.
All of us can't share that.
I'm sorry. Here we go. Here
Yeah.
we go. 1 kernel, 2 kernel. There we go.
Thanks.
Like little birds.
I just dropped my popcorn. I don't know why I did that. It's all over the floor now. So
It was
that
for
was
the
dumb.
effect. It's for the movie magic.
That's a good question. I think someone that influenced me the most, like growing up, was definitely Adam Sandler. And I mean, I was obsessed with Adam Sandler growing up, and I wanted to be just like him. But it also had a passion for sports. Wanted to be like a sports reporter, sports broadcaster. So it was something about being on or around the camera. So I guess once I took a class, really, I took a digital media production class in Maryland, where I kind of just like started to learn about it and just to see what it takes. And I just fell in love from there, to be honest. Like, I knew I wanted to be around it, but like, you never really know if this is like something that's viable. But then you realize, like, oh, wow, like you can do this, and there's plenty of jobs and careers here. And I kind of just went from there. And then I just kind of grew into it and like started learning about how to write screenplays and edit videos and shoot and produce and all that stuff, directing and stuff. And it just kind of been a whirlwind since 2014. And I just been going, going, going. One of my favorite movies that I could say that like kind of really helped me what I'm trying to say. Like it kind of like pushed me to like be like this. It was like it was Quentin Tarantino, the director, but like Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs were the two movies that kind of was like, okay, like these are awesome, like incredible, like screenplays, good dialogue. Because good dialogue is really hard to do, especially when you're like new. Because like a lot of people try to like overwrite what you're so. It's like it gets really bad, and you see a lot of bad screenplays. But yeah, I think that's how I got into film, or what drew me to
Okay,
film. Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
So
I think for me, like film was like movies were just movies. Like I didn't think that deep into them. They were just movies. Like, oh, okay, cool. They have a story. Okay, cool. I think what happened was 2002 is when it changed for me, and I watched John Q, and I was like,
ooh, that's
and
a
I was just
banger.
like,
That's a
I was
banger.
just like, yo, like, and I seen him crying and all that kind of stuff, and it hit me because it's like, I think I'm maybe like second grade or something at this point, maybe. And I'm just like, that's interesting. Like, how can they cry on command? Like, how do they put so much passion behind something and like it's not really happening, but they make you feel like this is really happening. And then like my dad was telling me like that's just actors, like they get into the character that the person wrote for them and they like submerge themselves into it, sometimes too far and sometimes not enough. And then he was just like, but Denzel just does it perfectly in every role. Um, and then so it was John Q, and it was just insane. And then what really bothered me was John Q and the lady that played his wife. I haven't seen her in a long time until I think when Dia's Diary of a Mad Black Woman, I think came out. And like that was the last time I seen her after that. But yeah, John Q, Denzel was like, yeah, you know what? I think movies are pretty cool and actors are even cooler. But I also wonder, like, out of all these people that they play, are they truly themselves at the end of the day? Like when the camera's off, you know, like are they, or have they taken different aspects of different characters that they've played and like pulled it into their life?
Can I answer? Doesn't everybody do that though? Like, don't you take bits and pieces of every character that you've seen, like growing up or whatever, and like you're kind of turning it like.
I feel like subconsciously for sure, like there's like some things that you like that's really cool, and yeah, you might not realize that you do it, but I think it's like, especially if it's someone that you admire, like especially if it's a TV actress and you see this person for like 8 years, or if they have like a long run, you know. And so like obviously like watching like The Office or watching Friends, or for me watching Psych growing up, like those funny characters and the crazy dumb stuff that they did, I kind of like found myself doing as well. So yeah, I think so. But to piggyback off of Christian, what he said about how he said like how he was told that like, oh yeah, like it's not like, how do you think, how did, like, I guess like knowing that it's fake, like, you know, like the movies or whatever. Me growing up, I always thought all that shit was so real. Like I got too invested. So like I had no one tell me like it's shit's fake. Like I was like having nightmares and dreams about this shit, and like thinking about like how their life is post this movie. That was always something I always thought about. Like, so where's their life now that this, like, I don't see them anymore. And that was kind of something I've had.
100%, because that.
I'm the opposite. Like I always low-key have always wanted to be an actress. So I knew that it wasn't real. It's all acting. And I would just be in my room like acting out different scenarios, or like, you know, sometimes I even still do it. I'm like having a whole ass conversation with myself, and I'm like in the mirror, like, you know, making faces at myself.
Objection!
Yeah.
On what grounds?
Yeah. In the shower, pretending it's raining, and I'm like, yeah, in a music video, it's fine.
But Toby, you said that you didn't love me anymore.
Yeah.
Not
what
Toby.
are you doing here? Yeah.
Not Toby. We gotta get a better name than Toby. Not Toby.
Toby Maguire.
Oh, Jesus.
The upside down kiss. That's like so burned in my head from childhood.
Iconic.
Anytime I'm always like Spider-Man kiss. That's the only way it's called for me.
Spider-Man kiss.
Yeah,
kind of picking off what you said.
69 kiss. That'd be kind of gross.
Yeah, Spider-Man kiss is way better.
You guys are hell. Kind of piggybacking off of what you said, CJ. For me, I used to, like, before you said that, you know, I used to think all that stuff was real too. And I used to think the characters that these actors played, that was their real name. You know, like I never, like even to this day, like people are like swapping back names, like, oh, no, this actor. And I'm like, am I supposed to know their name? Because during the film, they did not say their name.
Right.
So
you talking about Peter Parker?
Know.
What are you talking about?
Peter? Pete? You talking about Spider-Man? No. But yeah, I mean, even now I'm still trying to learn people's names and stuff. It's just, I don't know. I just never really submerged myself in separating them from their show or movie to give them like their real name credit.
And
like
I still kind of do that to this day, though.
I was about to say, the hardest one for me is Daniel Radcliffe, because I just always call him Harry Potter. I don't know. I don't care what he's in. He's just Harry Potter to me.
Harry. No,
I
I
mean,
did the same
it's
thing in terms of like more modern though, because like obviously like yeah, once you find like an actor or actress you really like, you want to follow them on like social media and see what they're up to. I try not to do that until like I'm done with the show. So like, cause it kind of like I think it was like a Game of Thrones character, and I was like, let me follow them on like social media. I didn't think about it, and I did, and I was like, wait, you're not dirty. You're not like grimy. You know what I mean? Like it's like I'm so used to you seeing you in this like this world, and now I'm seeing you in the
right,
modern world, all pretty and glammed up. Like no disrespect, but like I want this. I want Arya.
right.
Like you know, that's what I thought I was looking for. Like you know, who are you? So
Why
like
are you
in
a
my
baddie?
mind,
Why are you wearing these skimpy
like
clothes?
why are
Like,
you
if you would have worn
attractive?
these back then, like,
Right?
you'd have been tarnished. What are you
Especially if they
doing?
play like an ugly person was like, you know, I think it was like Orange is the New Black. Like one of the characters just like all like fucked up or crack and like dirty. And also you see them like on the actual social media, like, oh, they're clean. They got like really
No,
good teeth. And it's like, oh,
bro.
okay.
Have you seen the Orange is the New Black?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Have you seen it, Gabby?
Mm-mm.
Listen, bro, you're going to agree with me. Hold on. Two chicks in that movie. The girl that's in the poker face. She always plays the like edgy, like just not
Lesbian.
like type of girl. And then the one with the messed up teeth. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Talking about the short hair, the buzz cut,
No,
black
I don't
hair.
know. Oh man, I forgot there's 7 seasons. Oh, she might not be on here anymore. She plays Tiffany. She had like messed up teeth and she tried to kill Piper like outside. Like in the first season, like try to stab her.
Oh,
And she's like the
hold
one
on.
who's like, Jesus this, Jesus that, yada yada yada. Her name is
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Cause she's like super skinny and then she got sent off, but then she came back and she was like, oh, like, I know what you're talking about. Hold on. Let me double check.
because she so her real name is Taryn Taryn Manning. Taryn Manning.
Yes.
Because
We're talking about the same person.
she always plays the crackhead, the prostitute, the girl that
Imagine
gets
getting
ran through, or the
typecasted as a
Karen,
crackhead
or
for
the
every show you
Karen,
do.
all
Hey,
the
that's a good
time,
one
bro.
though. You know that's
Bro.
gotta be fun.
And it's like, if I look at her Instagram, I don't want to look at it because if I look at her, I'm like, dang, like she's actually a pretty nice person. She's
Right?
just always the Karen or the one with the messed up teeth, or unfortunately gets like in the movie or show she gets abducted and like sex
Yeah.
trafficked or whatever. Like she's like always those characters, and I'm like, dang.
Which it is tough too. Like if you're like, especially like depending on how you feel about your art and like how you want to present yourself as an actress or just an artist in general, like being typecasted kind of stinks, right? Like you just like, okay, so like I'm always gonna be the villain. I'm always gonna be the bad guy. So also you play like a good guy, and people like this just doesn't work because they're just so accustomed to seeing you in these, especially. But I guess it's a good and bad thing
Right.
because in theory, like if you're typecast as a certain thing, that means you've done a role so well, and for a franchise or a movie that has done really well to enough people have seen you as that. So like that's why you see a lot of like actors who like get like a long show and then they kind of like really kind of stop acting afterwards because it's like no matter what you do, especially if it's like so iconic, it's like no matter what you do, you're always like, you know, Ross from Friends or
The
like
girl from Grey's Anatomy. That's just how it is. Like those characters from Grey's Anatomy, like a lot of them, you like even one of the guys, because I was like heavily into even one of the guys that passed like died in the show, O'Malley. Every time I see him, it's like every time I see him as someone else in another movie, I'm like, bro, you're supposed to be dead. What do you
right. What do
what are
you?
you doing here? What do you makes no sense to me. And even like just thinking now, so you two watched that 70s show, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
So like my first time seeing Laura was in Prepon. Was that her name? Prepon?
the redhead.
I guess, yeah. Like that was my first time seeing her in Orange is the New Black, but you
Oh yeah,
guys
when
see
you
her
saw,
in
yeah,
that
yeah.
70s show.
See,
You know
that
what I'm
could
saying?
mess you up for sure. That could mess
So
you
it's
up
like
because that's
I was like,
totally like night and day, different people.
she plays who does she play in that 70s show?
She plays she plays the love interest. What's her name? She dates Eric.
Oh, Donna?
Donna. There it is.
I had
Yeah.
Donna.
no idea. I haven't seen Orange is the New Black, so you're saying those names, so I'm just
Yeah,
sitting here
yeah.
like, I know those names. Yeah.
Yeah. So Donna, that was my first time seeing her was in Orange is the New Black. And that came out in what, 2017, 16 maybe? And it's like
Yeah.
you guys seen her since forever ago. And I think that's just how kind of like on that kaleidoscope thing, you see characters at a different time frame than other people, and you build your own conscience, like I guess, review on them. And I like that. Because to me in that show, she's cool, but she's very confusing. And I don't know how she is in the Orange is the New- I
She's
don't know.
the same thing in that 70s show. She's confusing in that one too.
Like,
Honestly, she's probably one of my least favorite characters in that 70s show.
Hey, how did you like her in How I Met Your Mother?
How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, she was in How I Met Your Mother. She was Ted's college girlfriend.
I don't remember that.
What? She was the worst. This thing piggyback, she was the worst. I think her name was Karen.
Oh, wait, yes. I do remember. And that just made me not like her even more.
Yeah.
Because she was terrible. Because what did she do to him? She like just kept like I remember.
She was
now.
snooty and just pretentious. And then like they would have like, I think it was one time where they was about to go to France together, and then she caused a fight on the plane over to France just before Marshall and Lily was about to get back together because they've been away for so long. So yeah,
that's right. Funny. That's right.
I want to watch
go
it.
Back and rewatch How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, I'll rewatch it.
I want to.
It needs to be put back in my rotation.
Yeah, I mean, How I Met Your Father is also out.
Oh, I literally just finished watching it.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm about to watch it after this. Are you like caught up?
Yeah, like I just watched the new episode that came out today.
Oh, yeah. I think they're doing a pretty solid job so far this season. I'm excited.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I still remember watching season 1, and they had this dumbass commercial. Like, I think it's HelloFresh. She's like, there's like two girls just talking. It's like stupidly long commercial. And she was like, so who's the father? I'm like, bitch, we just watched episode 1. We don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That commercial is so bad.
Listen, my Hulu's taking me off right now because all it is the commercial for Magic Mike, which I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind looking at Channing Tatum, but all the time I just have "So Let's Dance."
It's so annoying when you binge a lot of stuff on Hulu because you get the same commercials.
Yes, that song is just constantly in my head now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a great song, but not 9 to 12 times a day. Like I can't handle this.
So I'm gonna kind of switch it up a little bit, and Gav's just gonna go towards you, and then CJ, you'll have your turn. So recently, I've told you to watch this show that I fell in love with after the first episode for some reason, and it's called Shrinking. And I would like to know y'all's thoughts on it. CJ, you're gonna go last. But yeah, Gabby, what are your thoughts on Shrinking? Did I hit it or did I miss it? Like for you, like. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, don't act like you were the one that put me on it because I already saw it and I wanted to watch it before you did. So
I watched it before you.
Yeah, but I saw the trailer for it before you even watched it. So, but anywho, we'll give you your flowers.
I'm pretty sure all y'all did.
You hit
I'm pretty sure
you
we
did
all
a good
saw
job.
so many.
I vaguely saw this. Like, to be quite honest, like I also like around the same time, but before you watched it, but around just after Gabby, because obviously Gabby does everything first. I saw a trailer or possibly not even full trailer, but like a advertisement that just made me aware of it. But then Christian, you also validated that this was a good show, but you know. But then, you know, then we
all right, I'll take the validation then. I'll take the validation. I am not going to take any stress away from Hulu. I mean, from Apple TV or whoever made it. Yeah, Apple TV people. They did a great job.
I saw the advertisement in New York City. So.
They did a great job.
And I saw the advertisement not in New York City. So they're doing a good job.
Me either. Yeah, how are you liking the show so far?
I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. Harrison Ford is my favorite character because I love a grumpy
Oh.
old man character. I really do.
Oh,
But with like a little soft spot, like just a little hint of it. But
100%.
oh yeah. But I really do like it. Like it's actually making me when a show can genuinely make me laugh out loud, I'm like, okay, this is good.
100%.
This is good.
100%.
And not even just like a little like, but like I'm like,
Like a
like
ha.
actually, yeah, like audible, yeah, yeah.
I'll
It's
I'll
good.
say the only thing for me is like at the beginning when I'm watching it, and he had the two girls over, and like the girl came downstairs, and I was like, "Is this his wife? Like, who is this chick?" And then like you remember the scene where he has like the flashback on the couch? I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
I was like, wait, that's supposed to be his daughter? I'm like, what are we promoting here, Apple TV? And then I realized, like, oh, that's the mother. Oh, okay, all right, makes sense. Because they kind of look alike, honestly. And
And
I was
you
just
Well,
find
that's
like,
out
even
who the
part of
we
the
mother
didn't
is
see
way
show.
much.
faster, huh? In this show.
You said what?
Yeah, for real though. First
Jason
episode.
Segal's in How I Met Your Mother, by the way.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
main character, yeah. So that's
Ah,
why I was like cool seeing him. He's hilarious.
Also, there's a character named Gabby, so love that.
she's a lot.
Oh,
I love
She
her too.
Gabby
this past episode.
is my favorite character.
She's
Not
so
just
funny.
saying that.
I love
I'm
her.
not just
So
saying
you could
that.
do this for me, and okay, cool.
I like her
I'll see you later.
personality. She's funny.
She's 6 foot tall, fine as hell too. Yeah,
She's so tall.
Damn,
So tall.
she has a lot of
She is,
personality.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Jesus. All right, CJ. So what are your thoughts on the show? Because you watched it after me and Gabby, and I know you're kind of slow to watch shows because you don't want to watch things. I listened to you actually. You don't like to watch things when they're like overhyped or like when they're
Facts.
happening right now because you want to be able to get your own opinion after the hype has calmed down. So, what are your thoughts on this show?
So I blame you, Christian, for putting me in a position to watch things during the hype. You're putting me out on a raft here. Because this is like the second show now I say I'm watching currently as it's out. I mean, obviously The Last of Us and now Shrinking. And it's a fun watch, right? Like Friday at 5
Don't
o'clock.
lie.
Can I finish? Are you just trying to
Don't
attack
lie.
me? I'm not
I'm
attacking.
not
I'm not
attacking
lying.
anything. Don't lie.
Jesus. See, you didn't say don't lie to Gabby. Were you calling me a
This guy
liar?
tells the truth.
Well, I ain't calling you.
I'm calling you a person that don't say the truth all the time when you're supposed to. You'll say
That's
it 20
crazy.
years later. Yeah.
Speaking of watching shows, I started watching Ted Lasso. I know.
Go.
I'm on season 2 already.
Go.
Finally,
So
The
good.
Rock
Yeah.
has come back.
Speaking of shows that can make me like actually laugh out loud, that's one. Also, I've already cried at it like 4 times. It's fine.
It
Wait
has
to
touching
season 2.
moments though.
Ooh,
It does.
wee.
Yeah, season 2.
Well, that's why I was like, I'm in season 2, so
Oof. I still have the last episode to watch for that one. But I think I'm gonna get it over with because Ted Lasso does come out here in a couple of months. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
It said in the
I
spring.
tried to look it up when it was supposed to come out, and I couldn't find it.
This spring of
Unless I-
2020.
All it says just spring. Just
Oh, okay.
spring.
I was
Yeah.
about to say I didn't look
Yeah.
that hard. So.
Probably by March, end of March, probably like March 23rd.
Hopefully.
Oh, I can handle that.
Amazing.
Yeah, which is
That's
like a
why I
month
said
away.
my favorite team is AFC Richmond, baby. I need to get me a jersey. I wish.
Oh,
it's
what's
tough
his
to
name?
get
gosh.
FIFA.
Obisanya.
manager-
What's his name?
Has the believe sign. She got one of the
Heck
believe
yes.
signs. And I was like,
That's
if you don't put it up there crooked, I'm going to be so She was like, of course.
I wish they made it
Oh.
like to where no matter how you put it up, it's always crooked. So it's like an
Crooked?
outer
Yeah.
layer.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool. But
What's
back
his
to my
name?
damn review of Shrinking that is completely truthful. 100%. I would never lead you into temptation.
Sam Obisanya.
No, this show was like obviously like when I saw Jason Segal, I was like, okay, he's a great actor. I love him. Harrison Ford, he's cool. But no, okay. So I was like, okay, I'm curious. Like I'm trying to.
There
see,
will
like,
be
how
no
I-
Harrison Ford slander here.
I didn't slander him. I say he's okay. I didn't say he's bad. I didn't say he was great. But anyways, so I enjoyed watching this because it was like, okay, the first episode you're kind of figuring things out, but it didn't allow it to be too long of a process to like understand like, okay, where is this going? But like you could tell it was like kind of chaotic and all over the place, which kind of drew me in because it's like obviously like a big theme is like, all right, a therapist is supposed to have his shit together while you're the person who's not together. Like be all over the place, but it's like a combination of both. It kind of works. It just works. And well placed comedy. I love the look and feel of the show. I think everyone's complements each other well. Harrison Ford is a really good. Obviously, he's a big name brand person, but he doesn't do too much. He complements everyone just well enough to let them be stars, which I do enjoy that. Uh, there's some moments in the show that I was like, okay, this is okay. You got me. Like, you know, especially when it's a comedy, like you gotta like my process of watching a comedy is like, okay, I need to be laughing out loud audibly by like 2 to 3 episodes in. Like, even if first episode you can get me, I get it. Sometimes you might not get it if they're trying to set stuff up, but like if the sooner the better. And so I just kind of found myself like really getting into this. I watched episode 3 like this past weekend. It was really funny, and I think one of my favorite lines was when Sean went to come live with them. And spoiler alerts, by the way, but I mean it's not much of a spoiler. It's not much of a spoiler. But he was like, he was cleaning up the house, and so he threw away this like old plant by the daughter who's grieving his mother. Spoiler alert, her mother, excuse me. And so at the end, like kind of throughout the episode, they're kind of like bumping heads, like, "Why are you in my space? Who are you?" She's angry for grief. I get it, but then at the end, I think it was a perfect like line that just had me just all right. You officially made me a fan. It's like he was like, "Yo, that plant was as dead as your mom."
Oh my gosh.
She was like, I like laughed out so loud. She's like,
I
whoa.
did too.
I was like, yes.
I literally said, "Oh," here by myself. I was like, "Oh my gosh."
So
I think
that
for
was
me,
great.
the funniest part was I don't know her husband's name. We're just gonna call him John. And John's like, "Hey Pam," and then she's like, "You don't like Pam? Suck a dick, Pam." Please.
I love that.
Yeah.
No,
I
we
love
hate
that.
Pam. Suck a dick, Pam.
That whole
Oh man, I
scene
love.
was hilarious. I
That was-
loved that whole
Like it started off a little like, okay, are they gonna go like how hard are they gonna go towards like the Karen thing? Like, but then it's like, okay, then it's lighthearted, and then then it had that joke on top of it, and
yeah.
yeah, it was done well. I love his is that an old Bronco that he drives?
I
Or
think
is it
so. I think so.
but it's a tough car.
I don't know, but I like it. Yeah, I
It's
do
tough,
like it.
yeah.
I'll look it up. Car and shrinking. But I love their neighbor's husband because he always like
Disagrees.
says something like it's like a little snippet. He's like, yeah, you did have a lot of trash out there. Like you gave me another person. I didn't want to be raising another daughter. Thanks." And he just walks away.
Or when she gives him the plate of food and he's like, "Enjoy the dinner," and he's like, "Well, if there's any left." It was just like he has those funny one-liners that he's
Like
The dog, he's
not
like
a main
with
character, but
the
he's
dog
funny.
eat shit. So kind of like you for making me raise another person. Thanks.
That's
Like,
such a
geez,
dad.
man.
Like that's such like so authentic of like you see like these like husbands who just like they don't fight, they don't want to put up with a fight. They just like they get their little jab in, but it's like no, like no matter what they do, they're not gonna get their way. Right?
Yeah.
But something
It's
I
so
do look
funny.
forward to seeing is how Liz and Alice's relationship does like develop going forward. Obviously, with like she was a mama bear to her, even though she isn't her mom, but like now she's have to let go. Now she's like this void. Like I felt so bad when she was like, "I'm gonna actually eat dinner with my dad," and she's like, "Okay, did you go too much trouble?" I was like, "No, no, no." Then had this whole elaborate ass Taco Tuesday spread out,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, I felt that because it's like obviously you want like you can't tell her no, like be with me, right?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
Alice was like had these burgers, these chicken sandwiches, and her dad was there, but he was gonna play pickleball. Like this man has so many damaged relationships. First of all, like
Yeah.
Hey, love his best friend. Love that guy.
oh,
It's,
he's
I miss straight Brian.
Oh my
Was
gosh.
I not
When
fun? Am I not fun? I'm like, yeah.
and when he's like, "I never said you were gonna have the best life," or whatever, I was like,
yeah, that moment was real as fuck. Like it was like, okay, why did they? Like
100%.
in my head, I was thinking like, did he like try to come on to him? But he was like, what happened to you? He's like, I don't know. So he's like, he didn't know. So obviously, I don't think he did anything crazy. But then when he said uh, I guess he was like too positive. Like you didn't let me hit rock bottom. Oof, I felt that
Yeah.
shit deep.
I
Like
did too. I felt that too.
I was like, damn, like I get it. Like you don't want someone to go to their depths, but sometimes they just need it to just
Yeah.
really like know.
Literally.
But
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
100%.
Also, it was so funny when he was talking about missing straight Brian, and he was like, "You just talked about how beautiful vulvas were,"
yeah.
and he's like, "Are they not?" He's like, "I mean, they're okay."
yeah, that's
It
funny.
was so
Oh
funny.
man,
So funny.
super funny.
There's a lot of like charming characters in the show for sure.
100%.
There's not one
100%.
character that I really don't like in it, I feel like.
So
Like, I
far,
can't really think of one. Yeah, so
Yeah,
far
so
at
far.
I'm
least.
interested to see how Gabby's character arc is going to go because obviously, like we saw like her living husband and like how she was just always spunky and like spontaneous and fine as hell. But also like I mean, she was almost too happy, and then like what's his name? Jimmy was like, all right, something's wrong here. Like she can't be this happy about throwing a divorce party, which was funny too. Was like happy divorce party, yeah.
Cornhole.
And then he comes.
that got me. Yeah.
But
He said,
was able to
"I'm
turn
their
that shit
king now."
around.
I love him.
I'm the king now. Yeah.
He was like, oh, he's like,
Cornhole.
yeah, you just broke your cornhole virginity. He's like, well, actually, I was like, fair enough.
But continue what you were saying. Sorry, it just popped in my head when you were saying the part, and that's all I remember is cornhole. That's all I remember. Oh man,
Yeah, it was a good show. You actually got me like now, like on Apple TV, and I started watching Swagger. I think I'm like 2 episodes in. I think, and
not too bad. Not too bad. I my only thing in sports shows like that is like it's never really that real because you don't know the people. Like me personally, I'm looking at the rims, right? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that rim's not 10 feet tall.
Gesundheit.
That rim's not 10 feet tall.
Thank
And
you.
it's like this dude's like, and it's like this dude's like, is he really in 8th grade? Like,
Oh, he
who
definitely
is this?
not, but he can ball.
He did-
He can ball.
Yeah, he can ball. And I'm like, yo, what teams travel in 8th grade? I'm just like,
It was very
what?
confusing. It was very confusing about like how just like, okay, do they all go to the same school or is this like after school basketball
They're home
programs?
school. Yeah.
Like I was like very
Facts. I'm like-
confused by that. But so I did do some
you'll like
research
it.
about it. I don't know if you know, but Kevin Durant is an executive producer of the show,
Mm-hmm.
and this
I knew
loosely
that.
based
That's the
off
reason why
his
I watched it.
life. This is like loosely based off his life growing up in DC, which I thought was cool because I was like, oh yeah, I know this area, and so I was like, okay, cool. Like that got me into it. Like obviously we like O'Shea, that's my twin. I mean, we both could ball, whatever it is, but what I mean, but it's still kind of it was a little bit of some offbeat moments. Like I think that happens a lot in sports movies where you can't be the most athletic in a lot of ways. But I think they did a really good job with a lot of the kids that they chose. I forget the big kid's name, but I mean just see what his story is. I think he like, gets beat by his dad, I think. Because he shows like the bruises. They haven't really insinuated too much. But this show is supposed to come back.
We can't talk about too much.
You can't talk about too much. But June 2023, I think is season 2 supposed to come out. I did see that.
It's coming out spring too.
So
I'm so ready.
I'm excited. I'm gonna
so
keep
ready.
watching. Yeah, so far so good though. I'll give a full like rating once I finish watching it. Same with Shrinking. Like, so far Shrinking is a pretty strong like. It's probably like an 8.5, 8.6 for me right now.
Whoa.
I know. Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But we'll see how they nail it. Because that's the thing too. Like once you get like a strong season 1, then when you go to season 2, like shit can just get like off. When it's like,
That's
okay, you
true.
got
Right.
success, then we're trying to like replicate it, so they're not trying to like overdo certain things, and unless they already have the story mapped out from the jump, we'll see how it goes.
I wonder if it's going to
Speaking
be a
of-
show. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of basketball, did I tell you guys that I watched Hustle?
You did.
Finally?
How do you, I want to
Okay,
hear
okay.
your review on it because Hustle is for us is a really good. It's
Top
like
notch.
Right.
top notch.
Well, I'm not like I enjoy sports movies, you know, it's not like something I would go out to watch,
Right.
like specifically, you know, but like I'll watch them. But like y'all had been talking about it, so I was like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna watch it. And I actually really enjoyed it because it wasn't like just basketball, like
Yeah,
the story behind it was what like made it.
Yeah.
for sure.
Also, the guy who plays what's his face?
Don't forget his name. Don't say it, CJ. Let her figure it out. She knows it.
No,
Come on.
You act like I care. I don't care. He's hot. The main guy's hot. That's all I was trying
Bull
to say.
Cruz. Bull
Yeah, him.
Cruz.
Sexy man. Also, Ted Lasso. I've realized maybe I should start going after soccer players because also sexy men. I was like, because my friend told me about what's
not
his name?
wrong.
Ron or something. Wait, what's his name? Why am I blanking
Ronaldo?
on everybody's name? No, the hairy guy.
Oh,
Lasso.
coach.
Something with an
The coach?
No,
Coach-
the soccer player.
Oh, Roy Kent.
Roy. I was
Roy
like, I know
Kent.
it's an R name.
Roy.
I love him.
They were like, they told me all about
Oi.
him. They're like, Gabby, he's so hot. Gabby, he's so hot. And I'm
Oi.
like, okay, fine. Then I went into work the next day. I said, y'all didn't tell me that literally everybody on the team was hot. Like, excuse y'all. No.
You were
He
definitely
said-
a Jamie
he
fan,
said-
weren't you? You like Jamie, didn't
No. I like
Jamie
Sam.
Tot.
Because he's so cute and
Jamie
sweet, and I just want to put
Tot-
him in my pocket.
you? Oh, Sam, that boy swing all
Season
day.
two,
Sam
though?
Obisanya.
Boy.
Hey, season 2 is insane with Sam.
Season
bruh.
2, it's got him in it more, and I'm loving it so far. I'm like,
Wait till you see.
Wait, just
I'm
wait.
excited.
Wait till you
See, that's the thing. So, okay, Apple TV does have good stuff. Like, obviously, like the two
They're
shows
doing
that
do.
the two shows that I originally started watching Apple TV for, and I never stopped my subscription for like as a dumbass because like I just kept paying this shit every month. But it was Ted Lasso and The Morning Show. Those are the two shows I started watching, and I haven't watched season 2 of The Morning Show, so shame on me. I need to go. I guess I'll add that to the queue of me watching shit again. But those shows are really good, and they did a really good job. But it was just so early, so new. They just didn't have enough to fill. Like it was literally like 5 shows they had. They had C, they had some other shit that I didn't watch, but like
And
Ted
then like a
Lasso,
Selena Gomez documentary.
right?
Like
He did have this really cool documentary series though. With they interviewed a bunch of like people like Oprah and like Selena. I forget what it's called, but it was cool. I watched a couple. Spike Lee. I watched that. That was really good. But now they're starting to like their movies. I think their movies are really are setting them apart. What
I
they're
haven't watched any
doing.
movies yet from them.
yeah, we
Besides,
did. Spirited.
Yeah, besides that one. That was the only
But
one.
Oh
then-
yeah, that's the only one I've watched.
There's the new movie that I just added to my list to watch with Jennifer Lawrence and Brian Tyree Henry that just got him to win or nominated for an Oscar. for Best-
Yeah.
So like that's on my list. I want to check it out. But I heard it's really good. So like Apple TV is coming up. They're slowly like methodically like doing it, which I think is kind of like the Amazon Prime approach because like also once they get those big, because like, Apple TV could be like it's like in my opinion the same vein as Peacock in a way because of the fact they do want to branch out to the sports world. So they do have the MLS pass. They were in the runnings for the Sunday ticket, but they didn't get it. But they also do get Sunday night baseball. I think they get a few, or Friday night baseball. I think they're doing, and so they're trying to do more than just like movies and television. So they're trying to be like a whole ass like thing, which is cool. I dig it.
I like Apple TV, man. I do. I'm growing
It's
to love
finally
it.
getting
Like you said, yeah, like Ted Lasso was like it for me, and I was like, because I took a pause from it because like it was so funny. I didn't want to wait for another season, but then I like watched like 3 episodes. So and then the second season came out. I was like, all right, now I can finally watch it all, and I can just wait. And I timed it right because it's about to come out again. That show, man, I think that's really putting them on top. And even that movie with, I haven't watched it yet, but I really want to. I think that's what kind of drew me back to Apple TV. The one with, what's his name? Zac Efron, the greatest beer run or whatever. When he goes, like he's in the military, or like he has people in the military, friends are in the military, and it's like I don't know what time period, but he has a beer, and then the promotion, they're telling people give money for the war, yada yada. He's like, I'd rather go give those guys a beer, and then he's like, you know what, I'm going to, and he just joins the military just to give these guys a beer, and then whatever, maybe it's a movie on Apple TV. I really want to watch it, but I think Apple TV might be doing something here.
There is 2 other
Don't let them
movies
pick
too
up.
that are really good on Apple TV that I forgot about. One is The Baker, and I think that has Samuel L. Jackson in it. And it's like a movie about like old school banking, like how like profitable like black banks were back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. And then 2, there's a movie by y'all boy. I don't want to say his name, but it's called Cherry. And it's a movie that I
Oh,
really
I do
want
want
to
to
watch.
watch that.
And
Yeah, I want to watch that.
yeah, that looks really good. But I haven't watched it yet out of principle. Of
Tom
course.
Holland.
So
I was like,
I knew exactly who he was talking about.
but yeah, so Apple TV, like, okay, enough for giving them the flowers, but I'm trying to think, is there anything else I've watched recently? Because I feel like I've been watching a lot of stuff recently.
you guys need to catch up on Mandalorian. That's what you guys need to do. Season 3 starts up on March 1st. Okay.
Before we start talking about The Last of Us, speaking of Pedro Pascal because of the Mandalorian and everything, so have you seen where everybody's calling him like a daddy and everything?
And Zaddy.
Like this whole thing, as like he's even like, yeah, I'm the daddy. Like I didn't get it at first, but after watching The Last of Us, I'm like, all right, I'm kind of getting it now because in The Mandalorian, he's got a mask on the whole time.
True.
So I'm like, I'm not seeing him really act, But in this show, I'm like, okay,
did you see his Saturday Night Live? He just did Saturday Night Live, and he has some really funny
snippets
skits
of it. Yeah,
Saturday Night Live's
I'm
been on a
gonna
little bit of
probably
a
go and
run.
watch it. Yeah, because who was it before him?
Like Michael
It
B.
was somebody else
Jordan,
good.
Aubrey Plaza.
Yes,
Yeah,
those were the
Michael
last
Michael B.
3.
Jordan. And I want to watch those too. And Aubrey, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay. So I might have to go watch those at least because I like all 3 of those.
And speaking of liking all 3, have we all seen You People?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
You haven't?
I haven't. We had a discussion.
I thought you was gonna
and
watch it.
Someone flipped the script, and I was happy about it. So I was like, I'm not gonna watch it. I'll just wait to watch it. I'll probably watch it tomorrow.
Dude.
All I'm gonna say
too
about
late.
it is Julia Louis-Dreyfus is so funny in it. Louis Dreyfus. Wait, what's her name?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know, but she is hilarious in that movie to where I was cracking up because like we all know that person. Being from the South, especially, we all know that person.
That movie, okay, I'm gonna give you a little taste. A little taste, okay? This movie hits a lot of notes very hard, but so perfectly.
Okay.
And obviously with interracial dating, and it's specifically between a Muslim family and a Jewish family, a Muslim black family and then a Jewish family. It hit hard, and it was well done. I felt like it was really well done. Directed and co-written by Kenyon Barris and Jonah Hill, which is pretty cool. So I thought you could tell that it was a modern take. It wasn't like an old. Like I feel like Jonah Hill's been on a run with writing lately, and like some of the movies he's been a part of. Like I think he's really like finding a passion of what he wants to do. He also has a movie right now currently. I forget, Stints, I think it's called. I wish I would have watched. I might watch it tonight because I've been wanting to watch it. It's about him having it's about him going to therapy and literally just like live sessions of him and his therapist. They kind of talk about it. So I thought that was really cool. It's on Netflix. So I want to watch it and just to see, because like I think he's pushing the medium and he's doing something fresh. And we need more of those disturbers in this medium. That's all I'm gonna say.
100%.
I don't think that's too much of a spoiler.
That's fun. I'm probably gonna watch it tomorrow. because I do want to watch that. Probably going to rewatch some Shrinking tomorrow just to see if I caught some things or missed some things. Probably going to watch The Greatest Beer Run tomorrow because I feel like it's going to be cold and rainy.
I'm trying to get
so,
sponsored by Apple TV. I don't think Apple TV has any podcasts.
100%.
If Apple
Let's do
TV can like, if we could get a deal, like be your official like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
In terms of the amount of money that Joe Rogan's making, for sure, for sure. Woo! All right, anything else you've been watching? What else you guys been watching?
Can I just say one thing about Shrinking?
For sure.
I think by far my favorite part is when he takes that guy to the coffee shop because the guy just has like a really bad time. Like he hates when the guy at the coffee shop says, "How are you doing?" or like, "Hope you're having a good day." And he
sucks.
I'm just waiting for somebody to take me to Starbucks and make me small talk with somebody. Like I'm just waiting for it.
And he's like, and then the guy was like, "Yeah, man, what do you want?" And he's like, "Oh, he's actually a really cool guy, actually." Oh man, that just makes me laugh. So,
but also speaking, you guys need to watch Poker Face.
See, I keep seeing that on Peacock.
I just don't know what to expect. I just don't know what to expect, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I watched the first episode tonight.
Take like the whole Knives Out aspect where it's like comedy mystery and put it in a show. And it's so good. And I just love Natasha Lyonne though. So she's fantastic.
She's crazy in Orange is the New Black. She go wildin', bro. She is wild.
So there's some shows on Peacock that I want to give some love to the cock real quick. So obviously That 70s Show is an older show, but that's on Peacock right now. But so this is shows that I haven't seen yet, but that I do want to. Well, I watched Bust Down, really dope show.
Tatiana, I want to see you bust down.
Really dope show.
Oh, I thought really he was breaking out. Sorry.
For the culture, for sure. The Resort is like I thought it was a movie. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm not disappointed. I was really hoping it was a movie, so I don't have to spend like fucking 3 days or a week watching it. But you know, yes, Christian.
I don't know if Gabby told you this, but she told me this. She thought Ted Lasso was a movie until she figured out. It was a TV show.
I thought it was a movie until everybody's talking about season 3, and I was like,
huh? You mean part 3? Like, Creed 3?
Yeah. Ted Lasso 3? Yeah. Nice. I literally thought it was a movie.
I don't have a problem with it being a show, but it is such more of a time commitment to where it's like, okay, now we gotta go through this long, drawn out, like, especially if you're watching it like during the weekday, like when you gotta go work. It's like those long, drawn out, like, I can only watch one episode a night. And it's like, no, it leads to the cliffhanger, so I gotta wait another 24 hours to watch it. That's annoying. I'll take 2 hours out of my life and I'll watch it.
I have a love-hate relationship with that because it's like, I love the idea of something being a TV show because then I can stop it at any time. But because like when I go into a movie, I'm like, this is 2 hours that I'm gonna have to sit here this whole 2 hours and watch something. But like a show, if it's like 30 minutes, I'm like, oh, it's only a 30-minute commitment. It's
Shout out Last of Us, 45-minute episode. Shout out.
Let's go.
And it went like that.
Shout out. You're a real one. I think for me, I like watching TV shows during the week because it's like if I can have a show that I can be committed to and it comes out, a new episode comes out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, etc. And like I have something to look forward to when I get home, I'm fine with that. Besides on Tuesdays, because Tuesdays is our day. And I respect our day.
But also it's How I Met Your Father Day.
So. It is also How I Met Your Father Day.
Every day I have something to watch now.
Which I do like that because like I'd rather not binge a show because like when I can remember the show, but then it's like okay, I can also pace myself.
And that's why I think you had such a like not as a grand reaction to Moon Knight as much as me and Gabby did because you binged it and you didn't have time to like
process,
take in everything and just because I'm telling you, if you'd have watched it like as it was coming out every Wednesday or Thursday,
I would have hated it.
Man, I think you would have loved it. I think you would have loved it. But yeah, oh man, but I get what you're saying though. It is not to binge, but I kind of like the binging. I only binge it if there's like another season coming out soon. I won't binge it until the next season's about to come out.
Oh
That's
yeah,
just my
I literally binged the entire season 1 of Ted Lasso. What was it, Sunday night?
You probably watch
think?
it. You can watch it in a day.
Sunday,
It's
like I started, it was like 6 o'clock. Next thing I know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still like,
it's so funny.
watching
It's
it.
so funny. Hey, Ned, is that his name? Ned? Hey, yo, he wildin' too, bro. Ted Lasso season 2. Is that his name? The
you talking about the assistant?
Oh, like the
that's not his name, right? Ned. Yo,
Yeah, fuck that guy.
He's wild. Yeah,
Nathan?
Nathan.
It's Nathan.
Yeah, he's Ned to
Nathan.
me because
He's
Nate the Great.
he's a dud.
Yeah, he's wild. He's
He
wild,
is
bro.
kind of a dud.
He's like, I would like sit over there at that table over there. And she's like, no, we're gonna put you in the back. Oh, yeah, that's fine too. Bro, have a backbone. Jesus Christ,
wait.
but he does some such stuff. Hey, hey,
You say
he
that now.
reaches.
Wait till
He
you watch the end of the
reaches.
season.
Then when the guy
I've seen
changes
season
the
2.
detergent, he's like, "Don't change the detergent." I was like,
Wait till
"Wow."
you see the episode. I think it's
It's
Suits,
the end.
that's
It's
all I'm gonna
literally the
say.
end of the season.
Yeah,
2.
it suits. Hey, he
Oh,
goes crazy, bro.
bruh.
Yo, he goes wild.
Don't
He goes
spoil
wild.
it.
He goes wild.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch the last
I
episode
can't
today.
remember what
tonight.
season I'm on, or what
But,
episode I'm on in season 2.
Can we get into The Last of Us?
Real quick. Let me finish these last shows.
What's up?
For my Peacock shout out that I want to watch, but I think someone else we should all like if you see it and interested. But Killing It also is a show with Craig Robinson. It's a Peacock original, a 1 season, 30-minute episodes. It is 10 episodes long, 30 minutes each. That's also on my list. Bust Down. I think I've already watched like all of this. It's only like 6 episodes, 30 minutes. Super short, but it's really funny for the culture. Also, The Resort, like I said. But Night Court. Night Court's like a sitcom kind of show that just started coming on NBC, and new episodes come on Wednesdays. It's kind of quirky. It's the Howie's wife from Big Bang Theory. If you're Melissa
The blonde.
Rauch, Rauch or whatever. It's kind of funny. I don't hate it. It has the same director, fun fact, as How I Met Your Mother, Pam Fryman. She directed all the episodes of How I Met Your Mother. She's directing this as well. So I was like, when I saw her name, I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. And it's fun in its way, but just so watch. It is still, I think it's like 3 or 4 episodes in right now, so it's still airing weekly.
Nice.
But yeah.
All right. Let's get into The Last of Us, if we may, if everyone else is okay with that. So The Last of Us.
The
Last of Us. The Laugh of Us. That's gonna be the title of this episode, probably.
What a laugh at us.
But also, can we just take a second to appreciate how beautiful Elvis looks on this?
I don't know what you're doing right now, and I just want to make sure I got consent to look at my screen.
Look at Elvis and his smolder.
Okay.
Okay, if you think my boobs are all the way up here, that's
Listen, it is not my
You
body.
got my control, Debo.
Listen, I don't want to assume. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to be a predator. Okay.
Well, you're good because they are not under my chin. So
They're not under your chin? Oh,
like
I see what you're saying.
directly.
Huh?
Like
Oh, I was
directly.
like,
Hey,
I
I've
hope that
seen.
I've seen.
Just sit them down. Put a drink.
But so season 1, episode 4, I'm pretty sure, of Last of Us, basically starts out. They're at the gas station, and they're siphoning gas from other cars, and this is kind of when you see their relationship kind of turning a little bit. She pulls up the book from the jokes and starts giving him jokes and starts laughing. But she's hilarious with that. But they also kind of remind you that she has the gun. It's like the first scene. She's in the bathroom playing with it, yada yada. And to me, it was like, this ain't her first rodeo, because she over here taking everything out. I'm like, no one who just gets a gun that first time knows exactly what to do. Like, No.
She's a smart kid.
But yeah, so she is smart. She's really smart, but she's kind of annoying as well. Like, shut up and just
She's
do
a
what Joel
kid
tells
though,
you.
so
Oh
Please.
that's
no,
kind of
I
like hand in
love
hand.
her. Yeah, I
Like,
love her because
Jesus.
she's like a genuine how a kid would act in this situation.
Yeah.
And so I
100%.
like that. It's realistic. Unlike The Walking Dead, where the kid's like,
Hey, shout out
doing
to
everything
Walking
he
Dead in
says.
this episode though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, continue.
So they're going along. No, you're good. So they're going along. And she's in the back seat, and she pulls out the tape, and then she pulls out that magazine. She's she jokes with Joel, and it's like, "Oh, wow, whoa! You can't walk around with that. How do you walk around with that thing?" And she's like, I said, "Oh, this kid is funny."
I think when she said, "Why
She
are
goes,
the
"Why are
pages
the pages
sticky?"
sticky?
Yes.
Yeah. Why are the pages so
And
sticky?
he's like,
She's like, I'm just fucking with you, Joel.
Because
I'm
if
just
you think about it too, like his daughter, Joel's daughter, was probably what, like 13 when she died. So it was like
I think she was
Probably.
14, because aren't they the same age?
might be.
Yeah,
They might be.
they're around
Or
the
she might
same
be a
age
little
for
bit older.
sure.
She just didn't look
Either way.
13. She didn't look 13. That was my only thing. She didn't look like it. Joel's daughter that passed.
Yeah.
She didn't look like it.
Yo, actually, okay. So I was looking up. Hold on, I was looking this up, and Joel's daughter is a daughter of a actress. That is British. She's British. Nico Parker. Her mother is. I can't say this shit. That
Monique Parker from the Monique Show.
no.
Please say it. Dang it.
Wee Newton.
Danui Newton.
This is her.
Danui.
Oh, wait, what is she in?
Oh.
What is she in? Why is she familiar?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it show?
She's
her
been in a
stuff?
lot of stuff. She
Yeah,
was
I
the
thought-
girl. She was the wife in Norbit. She was the girl that
Yeah.
Norbit was trying to chase around and get.
Yes.
She was that girl. She was in
Yeah.
Riddick and stuff. Yeah, she was that. She was that lady.
Mission
That's
Impossible.
Sorry, Respucia. Me and her are just really good friends. Love Norbit.
Norbit.
Crazy.
Anywho.
But that's a fun fact. I saw
Yeah,
that and I was like, whoa.
So pages are sticky. He jokes with her, or she jokes with him. And they're on the road, and they're just driving. That's all it is. I think this was a great episode just to calm us down and just put us in a nice headspace from the last episode, because the last episode was just a lot of emotions, and you got to see how people actually, a smart person in this world, actually lived and all that kind of stuff. With what's his name? Bill and Frank.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bill and Frank. So they're just driving. They're going through. I think they're trying to go through Kansas City, and they stop again, but in the forest. And now this is when I'm like, all right, something's about to happen. It's about to go crazy. This is when someone finds them. Get prepared, Christian, because something's going to pop out, and it's most likely not going to be a human. So just be prepared. Nothing happens.
Be prepared,
Again,
Christian.
another
I
episode
hear
with
that
nothing happens.
actually when you're watching this episode. I think that's what's so funny. Like I hear you say, all right, Christian, get prepared for this because shit is about to go down.
Prepare, bro. Okay, it's fake.
I feel
It's
like
fake.
I hear that
It's not
though,
real.
with you watching it. Yeah, I was about to say every time you go to watch it, because you were like, I have to watch this during the day. I was like, I know
100%.
he's sitting there like, okay, Christian.
Lights on, every light
I'm
on in the
like-
house, even though
Yeah.
it's daytime.
I'm looking at it. So what I do is
Even
I turn
rooms
it
he's not
on,
even in.
and I'm like 45 minutes, and I'm like, all right, prepare your worst thing possible. 45 minutes of them creeping in a dark place, monsters chasing them. That's what's going to happen. And then they start in the gas station, and I'm like, crap. She's going to go at the bottom of this gas station, find another freaking zombie or whatever, and try to stab him in the forehead and cut him up because she's crazy. Didn't happen. I'm like, okay, cool. But anyways, in the woods, nothing happens. She gives another little joke from the joke book, and he's just not having it. So they get back on the road. They hit Kansas City, but there's a roadblock. And I thought about it and I was like, this was planned. Someone did this on purpose. Like, there's no way this truck just magically just stopped just like that. It was just insane. And so then they turn around, they head through the city, and the guy pops out. Oh, I'm hurt. I need your help. Yada yada. And he's like, nope, keep going. Put your seatbelt on. Let's go.
Ellie's
Goes
like,
through.
What? Why would we
Yeah.
help him? Let's help him. Children.
Yeah, nah.
Kids these days.
Shut your mouth and just sit for the ride. Anyways, they get ambushed and they're really in a fire battle, honestly. So the shootout, everything's happening. By the way, Joel has a fucking great shot for some reason. I don't know.
You got to.
If he's ex-military. I don't. The man's just out there sniping. And Ellie goes through the wall, and fast forward, Joel's getting his ass kicked. Let's just be real. We're getting his butt about to get choked out.
GG for Joel.
And Ellie comes out with the gun. First, she thought about it though. Like she had that sense, like, all right, let's go out there with the knife. And then she's like, take the gun, and shoots him. And the dude's doing a terrible plea job. No, we can't be friends now, buddy.
He was
out here about to
literally
choke
the
out Joel.
Shark Tale thing. Where's the shrimp? That's exactly what I pictured in that moment. It was like, oh, my sister has a baby and I had to take him in. Like, that's exactly what he's doing. Because he was like, my mom, she's back. And I was like, no, get out of here.
No, sir. You thought he about to choke out Joel.
Yeah.
All right. And she shoots him in the back. Bang, bang.
Just bang.
Joe looks at her like, what the oh yeah, bang. And she looks at it, and he looks at her and just like, geez, all right, cool. Yeah, give me the gun. Because you're not about to accidentally shoot me, because we don't know if you know how to use a gun at the time. And he tells her to go in the hole, and Joel handles business. And they get like in that room or whatever. They're trying to, leave away.
Oh, pause real quick. Pause.
Get higher ground, I guess.
So this moment, right? So you see Ellie when she after she pulled the trigger, and he's like, she sees the repercussions of having a gun, shooting somebody, and him plead. You would think okay, I shoot him, he's dead, he's quiet. But then the fact that he was pleading, talking to him, I'm sorry, we can work this out. So that kind of you could see see it on her face how much it really affected her, and she kind of froze, and she became a kid again. But then you see Joel trying to protect her, telling her to go back behind the wall, and then you can see she kind of had to wipe a couple tears off her face when she's back behind the wall, but had to get back into character almost. And then as she's waiting to hear the final whatever, how he was going to kill the dude, and it was just and it just finito, fuck that guy.
He said, take my knife. It's a good knife. Right? It's a good knife.
It is. Knife. Is it?
Yeah. Fuck your knife. Get out of here.
Yeah, bro. Get out of here.
Oh my gosh, yeah, use it to kill him.
Oh, I have the table. It's a great knife, man. Does that hurt? Great knife. It's a great knife. Someone told me it was a great knife. But yeah, you kind of see her transform into a kid for a few minutes, and she actually does what she was told. And I think it was the first time she actually did what Joel told her to do.
Yeah.
In that scene where he tells her to get into the hole, and then she comes out and shoots him, and he says, go around again, go back in there. That's when I kind of figured out okay, she has a lot more respect for Joel now. But also I feel like she showed Joel hey, I got your back as much as you have my back. I'm not just some stupid kid just running around and he even said so we're not family, and she's she says we're not family. He's no, you're cargo. But then I think in that instance it changed. And he was just damn,
your precious
had my
cargo.
back. I would have been choked out. Yeah,
Oh, cute.
Oh, brother. And they're in that room, and they kind of have a little heart to heart, and he teaches her how to hold the gun, all that jazz. But then you see these people. Is it Fedra? Is that what it is? Is it Fedra? The people there, and
no,
they have their.
Saying they're against Fedra. I'm pretty sure because she was something about is that who they is this the cell that they beat my brother in or something like that?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she's against her.
Yeah. A
And
ragtag group.
even that whole crew that facts.
Ragtag.
And so they all just, it was weird. And they brought back the bodies and they're just like, oh, can you save them if I have a doctor? It's clearly not, honey. Clearly
he's
not,
dead.
honey.
Dead as
Yeah,
hell.
clearly not. Honey. None of them are speaking
Dead
or
as
moving,
hell.
honey. Dead. Deader than that plant. You know what I'm saying?
DED.
Dead into your wall. Hey, yeah.
Deader than your mom.
What?
But so yeah, she's and then she gets so angry and she walks up in there and just shoots the guy. And the guy was like, I birthed you. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
I birthed you. All right, or I helped deliver you. There we go.
I brought you
There
into
we go.
this world. I can take you out of it.
Shit. Oh, how
Anybody
the
else
tables
have
have
to hear
turned.
that? Just me?
No,
Okay,
no,
great.
you're not alone. You are not
You
alone.
are not alone.
There's
Oh
food
my
at the
gosh, I was
house.
listening to Michael Jackson earlier today.
I was too, actually. We was listening
Hey.
at my job. Fun
Oh,
fact.
look at us. Still
Oh,
connected.
brother.
Better connection than
Anyway.
Verizon,
Anyways.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
Jesus. So after that, they're trying to find higher ground, but those people, we're gonna call him. Would you call them the rag what?
Ragtag group.
The ragtag group. They go out and search for them, searching, and it's weird because she goes in the attic and sees these Superman
They're children's
children's drawings.
Yeah.
And then he leads her downstairs and it's like that big crater and it's just like it's moving and I'm like, what the hell is this? This is when Christian's like, all right, Christian, be prepared. You about to see a hand come up. This is it, bro.
I was wishing.
This is
I
it.
was like, something pop out.
See,
something
I was
pop
confused
out.
about this because I was talking to my coworker about like there was like I saw like there was something in the like the ground, a crack, but I didn't understand. And she was asked like whether I guess it was like either they trapped like the clickers down below or it's like a place where they spawn out. And I think that's what I was confused about when I saw that like, when we were talking about it. Which I need to rewatch.
It seems like a big old beast down there because it was a lot.
All I know is I was wanting something to pop out so bad.
I wasn't.
I was like,
not this episode. Give me next episode.
Like,
yes.
dang.
Yes. I'm so happy. But yeah, they're still trying to continue to follow these, like find them, search for them. They don't find them. And then they have to climb all these stairs.
What, 40,
and Joel's
45 like flights?
Yeah.
It's like 42, 45, something like that.
And Joel like sitting down and she's like, get your lazy ass up. He's like, I'm not lazy. I'm 56. And they have like a little joking thing there. And then he breaks the glass to find somewhere they could sleep and he's spreading the glass out and she's like, Joel.
Ooh, Joel.
And yells at him. Oh.
But also, can we talk about the fact that he's still such a dad? Because how many times have you tried to address a parent and had to be like, mom, and then she goes, what? Like you hadn't just been saying her name 13 times.
Yeah.
What?
100%.
Like,
100%.
oh, it makes me laugh every time. And they did it like 3 times in this episode where she was like, Joel, and he goes, what? I was like, getting PTSD right then.
He lays down the glass and the Joel thing. She's like, what are you doing that for? It's like just in case they hear, like just in case, like so I can hear them come in. Like, and she's like, oh, I get it. But will you hear them though? Because like in a way, like I've called your name 3 times and you haven't heard me not once. So kind of that little banter. Then they lay down and she gives him another joke from the book. I don't remember the joke.
This one actually did make. I do.
What's the joke?
Did you know diarrhea is dang it, genetic or something? And she's like, he goes, no. She said, yeah, it runs in your genes.
That was sweet.
And he tried so hard. He tried so hard to keep it into. He tried so hard and started laughing. They both had like this beautiful moment of, I think they're getting closer, and he's starting to trust her more.
Just say, can I pause?
Yeah. What's up?
Can I just say, even from the beginning, Even from the beginning of this season or this show, I said, I can't wait for the moment where she starts to win him over. And this was the episode I had been waiting for. I was so happy when this happened. I was sitting there when he started laughing at that
100%.
joke. Ooh, my little heart was like, I loved it. I love it. I love it when a
100%.
grumpy guy finally comes around.
I feel like that's your
I mean, just like
rom-com.
Harrison Ford.
I think that's your rom-com right there.
Maybe I just need to start finding grumpy people.
Yeah, I think so. Oi.
Do it to
So
what does he
actually-
say? He says, oh, sorry.
Could pause.
I was about to give him a Roy Kent thing.
So a part
Jesus.
about that we missed is that so in the game, the video game, I'm getting all this insight that these people that we see were not a part of the game per se. Like they didn't get to know who these people were vaguely. It was just like an obstacle you had to go through, and once you passed it, it was gone. So they kind of doing more insight,
Right.
especially the leader of more insight of these people. Obviously, they took over a Fedra site. They they were the rebellion, so they took they took back this area for them, but now we're starting to see a little bit of like, okay, are you guys truly still the rebellion, or are you guys now like what's the other people in the Star Wars? I'm blanking.
You have the
What is
Republic
it?
and the
Rebels.
I don't think it's Rebels.
It's whoever Darth Vader's with.
Dang.
Why am I
They
tripping?
literally say something about the rebel, whatever.
But we
Oh,
all
wait,
know
you're
what
talking
I'm
about
trying
Darth
to
Vader?
say.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna look it up now.
Well, I was like, why am I blanking so hard? So that's the interesting part with these people.
Yes, but also full circle. Did anybody watch 2.5 Men?
Yes,
like growing up.
Yes,
The girl, their leader, talking about people only seeing them in specific roles. I can only see her as Rose. So when she's being serious, I'm like,
Well, I've also seen her in another serious role. It was a movie called I Don't Feel at Home on This Earth Anymore. Really good movie, actually. It's on Netflix. Actually, let me double check the title of that because
she's been in a couple of serious things here recently. Because I feel like I saw her in something else. But even that one, I was like, Rose, what are you doing?
The Republic versus the Empire.
The Empire. Thank you,
Empire.
Jesus. What?
Literally, Empire Strikes Back. How did we not even think about that?
Do we even like Star
Jeez.
Wars? Holy sheesh.
Are we even Star Wars fans?
I think that's what it is. I think it's that. Oh man, the Empire versus what? Dang.
I don't feel at home in this world anymore. A movie that came out in 2017. It's on Netflix. It's a crime and drama movie. She does. I mean, her in this movie is like incredible. She's really good. I highly recommend watching this movie. Actually, it's a good watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, she always just funds these roles and just like she's a really good actress. And she just like
Yeah, like she sneaks in.
Yeah.
Because I always forget about her until she comes up and I'm like, oh yeah. Because like she's not one of the people that's just constantly, in something.
Right.
So I like it whenever she is. I'm like, I remember you.
So
Rose.
I lied to you. I think I lied to you guys. I don't think it's the Republic and the Empire. But who knows? Someone I don't know.
Yeah,
I
let
don't
us
know.
know.
I think the Republic turns into the Empire. I don't know. I can't remember. This is really blowing my mind right now.
I know it's the rebellion.
But
that's like Leia.
Yeah.
And
Because they talk about
Yeah.
the rebel leader.
Yeah. I need to rewatch Star Wars.
Clearly, we need to go back and watch Star Wars.
It's weird because like the clones turn bad and like they turn like because they were never always the Empire. They turned into the Empire. And I feel like they were the Republic and then they turned and I know the Sith Lords and all that kind of stuff, but it's I don't know. I don't know. Like in my mind. I'm gonna remember this tomorrow and it's gonna just
Yeah, you got to like
but
people gonna listen to us be like, damn, they stupid.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, Baby Yoda's cute. I like him. Yeah. No idea.
Which is factual.
Ugh.
Uh,
I literally loved him like my own child. Like if I could have him instead of a real child, I'd be okay with that.
I mean,
Just saying. Just
find out if I could do that, maybe.
saying.
Oh,
Adopt
brother.
him. Adopt a
brother.
real life. I'm done.
Yeah.
Hey.
What else? Okay, what else do we see in this show? I mean this is close to the end, right? Because once they make the jokes.
Oh, and then the very end when she wakes him up.
Yeah,
That's what we
that
did.
shit was hard.
Yeah.
When he woke up, Joel, Joel, again back to the having to shout his name a couple times, and you look up. Oh fuck!
I hate a
That boy said
cliffhanger.
Facts.
This is the first one that they've had all
But
season.
it kind
and I'm
of,
like,
I feel like you had to do a cliffhanger in this episode because it was very light, if that makes sense.
that's true.
You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
Because it was shorter. Plus, it was like, okay, like if it was just a nothing happened episode, people would be like, all right, this was a filler episode. Like you could easily skip this episode, but you can't
That's
because
true.
so much is about to set up
Yeah,
the next
no.
episode. Like I think it's going to be interesting to see how they get out of that situation. Plus, like, will they team up to go against this rebel ragtag group as well?
That's what I think. Because do we think that that's Henry? That the girl Rose is the only thing I can think to call her. But like, is that who we think she's been talking about? Like, is that the Henry guy?
I don't know.
I don't know because I'm thinking
Because
those
I
two
think it
kids, right?
is.
Because I'm thinking those two kids were the two kids that were in the attic drawing those things.
I thought one
So
was a
I
grown
don't
up.
know.
Yeah, one's older, one's
No,
like a
one was
kid.
like
Yeah.
one's like a teenager and the other one's like a little kid. So I'm saying the little kid could have been drawing that because they had the paint and stuff on their face.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, okay, maybe that's how they get their colors and everything. But I don't know. I have no idea.
I feel like that's Henry. I'm calling it.
But then at the same time,
It's
Call it.
timestamp.
But I feel like also like it's gonna be like they're
1:22,
gonna be going
25.
against each other, but then I feel like they're gonna have to band together because when
I
if
think
the
they will,
clickers come
yeah.
out, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be you gotta strap up.
I think they will.
Strap up with
Hey, that
my
little
boy
girl,
Tommy.
or-
What was the dude from what was the dude's name from I don't even watch that show, but he was on the show. He was,
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
don't
he
know.
was a Walking Dead character that was one of the guys on the show Last of Us. And obviously he has experience with,
I can't think of what his name is in Walking Dead.
sheesh. All right, let me
Either
figure it
way.
out.
Mhm.
But also, I just going back to Walking Dead, the fact that like it's so funny that Christian, you have to like mentally prepare yourself to watch this. But I remember when I was binge watching Walking Dead, I would fall asleep and I'd be like passed out on the couch and then wake up and there's just like zombies.
But that's
on
my
the TV,
thing,
and I'm
though.
like,
You're a psychopath.
With them, it's different. But with them, it's different because it's like
I can do a
You-
true crime too. They'll be
Oh,
like, her
jeez.
legs were cut off, her arms were cut off, her knee, and I'd be like, just sleep on the couch.
Find Jesus.
wake
That's
up.
all
I don't want to
gotta
hear
say.
all this. I used to get mad in the way when George Lopez thing came on in the middle of the night, and I wake up listening to that.
Nah,
used
I
to
would be
like,
mad because I'd be
Jesus
like, damn, I ain't
Christ.
going back to sleep for another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I gotta watch
watch Oh, yeah.
But I think with The Walking Dead is different because like they actually walk. But these
Yes,
guys in this one,
okay.
they run. They're so athletic. So it's just like they can
I
do
do have a
basically
question.
anything.
Andrew Lincoln is his
What's up?
name?
For you guys. Yes,
Lincoln. That's what you used to call him, Lincoln.
Andrew Lincoln. I do have a question for you guys. So, do you think that in this world you could survive? Because in the Walking Dead one, I don't think I could do it. But this one, I was like, I might have a chance. Because really, all you have to do is just follow the rules. Because they're out in the woods and they don't have to worry about the clickers coming up. You know, but in The Walking Dead, you have to worry about like the walkers coming and getting you. You know? So I feel like in this one, I'd be able to survive a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but like I feel like I could do it in this world, not the Walking Dead one. I'd be dead, but I'd be one of the walkers. You know.
I mean, I have never seen The Walking Dead much. I've maybe seen an episode or two. But knowing that these guys walk, I probably live longer in The Walking Dead
But
because we saw instantly what was. I'm just saying, we saw instantly in the first episode. My man was jumping on tables, doing somersaults in the air, whatnot. You know what I'm
But you just
saying,
have to
bro? He was
stay
Spider-Man,
away
just
from them.
possessed. Huh?
But you just have to
Plus-
stay away from them. Like, it's pretty much like you just have to follow the rules of the
I mean, don't you have
society
to follow
that
the rules?
know.
So
But it's
in
just-
Walking Dead, they don't have much rules as they do in this one. Like they're all just like.
it's all.
Well,
Is there more
space,
structure?
like-
Is there more structure in Last of Us?
No, well, it's like so in The Walking Dead they kind of create their own structure, but I'm meaning more of like The Walking Dead, if you get bit, you're like instantly gonna turn into one. Here, like, or it's like you can get sick and just die and you turn into one. This one, it's like as long as you like don't touch the fungus and like all like I don't. It's different. It's
I see what
different,
you're
but I
saying.
can't
Oh,
figure
then
out
I
how to
def-
explain it.
Oh,
You know?
so I didn't know that. Well, then I think I have a better chance living in this one, but I would never leave the compound. On God.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like I would rather be like Frank, like or Bill. Frank, no, Frank.
Exactly. Yeah.
I might be like Bill too. Hey, so like, cause this thing is like, if yes, like if you just live within the compound, like you should be fine. But then what happens if you have dictators who are trying to take over and try to
Yes.
like make it to where it's unenjoyable? You can't really do what you want to do, and they try to control everything. Then that's when I think things get a little sloppy. But if I have my own little joint, had a little Home Depot, a little Walmart, I could just binge out of, do my thing, grow my joint. Yeah, we'd be fine.
I mean, I would want to do that too, but it's like, let's be real here. Frank got lucky that he stumbled in a hole and Bill liked him. He got lucky. That's a whole lot of luck that you looking for Boston and you fall in this hole and then this guy invites you. Yeah, like that's just luck. So if I had that luck, sure, hey, I'm with it all day.
For sure.
But I mean, I wish they would have gave a little background on Frank to see how far he traveled, and like a little background story on him a little bit. I wish they would have done that, but I think I could survive. And The Last of Us, I don't know, man. And I feel like there's not as much knowledge for these things really either, because I did some reading. There's like 5 levels of like these clicker things or like these zombie things. There's like 5 levels.
Jeez.
And it's like their base level is like when you get bit and you're like still a human, and then like level 3 is like a clicker, and then there's like a advanced clicker, and then there's like an advanced clicker. Like it's.
Well, I can't wait to see those.
And I'm like, Jesus.
The kickers already make me.
So that's why I was thinking was at the bottom of that pit. That's why I think it was at the bottom of that pit, one of those that really advanced ones. So
I can't wait.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's because like I also can't wait for but I just get for just like the prosthetics and like I love seeing all that stuff, so I can't wait to see it. I hope it's not CGI or something.
No, they've been doing really.
Like,
I don't think it's never
it's
CGI.
full on. I know, but like if it gets like too outrageous, they might try to like sneak it in. You know what I mean? But like I hope.
Have you seen the Ellie? Like her, I don't know her real life name, but like her and Joel or Pedro and one of the people in the clicker outfits, like they're doing like TikToks on set and stuff, like just like dancing and stuff. I'm like, this has been way too weird for me.
That fucks you up when you get outside the world and see them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is not real. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I told you, Christian, it wasn't real. I know. I told you.
After you watch the show, you're gonna have to go back and watch the TikTok of it dancing and just be like, it's okay.
Weird advertisement.
I mean, I still even look over here to make sure nothing walking up the steps trying to get my ass. So I mean,
that's the thing too about the clickers. It's like, yes, they're still living, but I think with a lot of the people, I think the people who are worse you have to deal with is the military.
Yeah,
because they literally killed a bunch of people just because they could. But also they want to risk them get one affected, and but it's like they did more population control than the clickers did.
Yep,
which is crazy.
And that's the tea.
But yeah, Good show.
So give your rating. Give your rating on this episode, guys.
Like this was a solid,
or not even much of a rating. Just like a last thought. Like what you thought of it. Just
Okay,
just
good.
a last little thought thing. Yeah, not a rating.
It's a good assist to what's about to come.
Okay.
For me, like I said, it was finally what I had been waiting for the whole time. His little soft spot for the girl coming out. Love that.
100%. Well, I think for this episode, kind of a filler, not really, but I feel like this episode is just as important as episode 2 and 1 and 3. I guess all of them, just because you don't know what's like that cliffhanger. I was just thinking because I thought about it. Like episode 3 was really good with Bill and Frank.
Yeah.
But like from my level of thinking, it's just like you didn't need to really watch it.
Yeah, because it was a backstory.
But you had to figure out how they.
It was backstory.
Yeah,
but
you didn't really need to
filler.
watch it. Yeah, because it was just like, oh, okay. How'd they get? Like, if you would have went from episode 2 to episode 4, how'd she get a gun? How did he get the truck? All that stuff was Frank, and then you realize, okay, so we watch all that for them to understand how they got the truck. Got it.
Right.
Like that's like after I was like, okay, cool.
You could probably watch like the first like
So,
10
I guess-
minutes of episode 3 and the last 10 minutes of episode 3, and you would have been like, all right, cool, let's go to episode 4. If you were
Yeah.
a sick, twisted human being and didn't want to see one of the greatest love stories ever shown on television.
For real though.
Oh, brother. 100%. But I think this episode I like the dynamic and the relationship that Ellie and Joel are definitely creating between the two. I'm interested to see what these rebel people, ragdoll, whatever you call them, ragers, I don't know what you call them, what they have to do with this. And I'm ready to see what's in that pit. I don't know. They're too much. I mean, how you just go out shooting people, like random people, like
Talk to
I don't
people in
know.
the South. I don't know.
Facts.
Shit, I live here. You got to tell me. But anything else anyone else needs to say?
I want to say thank you.
For being a
For
friend.
what?
Thank you.
For absolutely
being a
nothing.
friend.
Oh.
Thank you.
Shooba boop boop, shooba boop boop.
But that kind of reminds me of the Key and Peele skit where they're doing the quartet thing, and it was like one black guy's already in the group, and then the other black guy walks in. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "These are my 7 white boys." He's like, "There's more room for another one." He's like, "No, there isn't." Anyways, you guys will watch it. But thank you for watching another episode or listening to another episode of What a Dud. You can catch us on all podcast platforms, whether that is Google, Spotify, or Apple. You can also watch us on YouTube under the Hate to Pylon umbrella. Thank you for joining us wherever time you're watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at WhattaDudPod. Give us some ideas. If you want us to watch a certain movie and you want to hear a review on it, give us that. Or if you have a topic that you want us to discuss, we're all ears for it. But yeah, just follow us on Twitter at WhattaDudPod. And I want to let everyone know that we did record this on a Tuesday. And just so you know, after today, the calendar even says WTF. See you later, everybody.